This is going to be a final lesson of this series, and now we're going to define keyboard shortcuts to simplify our work with several panes. So in order to quickly create new pane in the current tab, I'm going to use Ctrl-N. The command name is split editor, and for this command to work, we should not be focused on the terminal. So now if I'd like to create new split to the right, I'll have to press Ctrl-N, and as we can see, the new split was created. And in this split, I can continue working just like in the main split. Later we will also register keyboard shortcuts to close splits, but for now let's use Command-Delete and execute close editor command in order to close this pane. So now that we have a way to create additional panes to the right, it will also be good to be able to create new panes to the bottom. I'm going to register Ctrl-Alt-N and bind it to the command split editor down, which will do exactly that. So now if we'll try to press Ctrl-Alt-N, as we can see, the new pane will be created to the bottom of the main one. And then additionally, if I'd like to create pane to the right, I'll just have to press Ctrl-N. Let's quickly execute close editor group command in Command-Delete to close all these additional panes and register the following keyboard shortcut. Shift Command W. We will bind this shortcut to the command to close all editor groups, basically to close all opened panes. Let's reproduce the scenario where we will have several panes opened, and now to close all of them at the same time, we just need to press Shift Command W. As we can see, all of them were closed. Now let's register another keyboard shortcut to be able to close currently active pane. I'm using Alt W, and the command name is close group. First of all, let's create new split to the right by pressing Ctrl-N, and to close this split, we have to press Alt W. As we can see, it worked. It would be also good if we could actually change the size of currently active split by using keyboard shortcuts, and we can do it. Let's register a couple of keyboard shortcuts that are going to allow us increase or decrease the size of the currently active pane. So to increase the size, I'm using Ctrl plus equal, and to decrease the size of the currently active pane, I'm using Ctrl minus. The command name will be decrease view size, and let's try it out. Firstly, I'm going to create a couple of splits at the bottom as well as to the right. So my currently active split is bottom right, and if I would like to increase the size of this pane, I will press Command equal, and if I'll be pressing Command equal further, I'm going to increase the size more and more until this panel is fully maximized. And to decrease the size, I'll press Ctrl minus. Let's close these additional panes and register a couple of more shortcuts. I would like to navigate between different splits without having to use the mouse. And to do this, I will register 4 additional keyboard shortcuts to navigate between splits in all directions. So to focus the top split, I'm using Ctrl-L. To focus on the right split, I'm going to use Ctrl semicolon. To make the bottom split active, I'll use Ctrl-K. And finally, to make the left split active, I'm gonna use Ctrl-J. So to demonstrate this, I'll firstly open up several splits so we could move in all directions. Starting from the bottom right split where my cursor currently is, to navigate to the bottom left split, I'm gonna use Ctrl-J. Then to go to the top left split, I'll press Ctrl-L. To go to the top right split, I'll press Ctrl semicolon. And finally, to get back to the bottom right split, I'll press Ctrl-K. And at the end, let's just close all those additional splits by pressing Ctrl-W. And this way we have fully reproduced my current keyboard configuration file. Hopefully these keyboard shortcuts are going to improve your daily workflow in Visual Studio Code. And the link to the repository with the final configuration file will be in the video description.